Hey guys, my name is Cynthia Thomas, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about a prevention and treatment program called Parents Anonymous. You guys may have heard of it. Child abuse and neglect is a serious public health problem, as we all know, in the United States, and affects 10.6 out of every 1,000 children, so just about 1%. However, many maltreatment cases go unreported, so this number is probably a lot higher. This is of great concern, especially to us as social workers, because not only does child maltreatment have immediate consequences on a child, such as physical harm, but it also affects longer-term brain development and an increased vulnerability for multiple mental and physical health problems down the road. In addressing the concern of child abuse and neglect, there is certainly a target population we can look at. From a broad spectrum, we definitely want to provide education or support to anyone serving in a caregiver role, such as a parent or a grandparent, foster parents, or older siblings. But we also have to assist the children and youth who are victimized by the abuse and neglect, of course. More specifically, social workers can look at assisting stressed out families or those who are already part of the child welfare system or at risk of becoming a part of the child welfare system. And Parents Anonymous was designed specifically to address the problem of child maltreatment by providing support for this target population. Parents Anonymous was founded by Jolly Kay in 1969, and this is a picture of Jolly Kay right here. She was a single mother who sought to help create a safe and caring home for her own family, and her social worker partnered together to launch a unique solution for parents who wanted to strengthen their families. Since its creation, Parents Anonymous has partnered with families to prevent child abuse and neglect through weekly community-based groups for parents, children, and youth, co-led by trained parent group leaders and facilitators, which incorporates the SSNR framework. And the SSNR framework is a prevention model utilizing promotion of safe, stable, nurturing relationships. As the nation's premier family strengthening organization dedicated to preventing child abuse and neglect, Parents Anonymous is a community of parents, organizations, and volunteers committed to strengthening families and building strong communities, achieving meaningful parent leadership and shared leadership, improving programs, creating meaningful policy change, and contributing to the body of knowledge through research and evaluation efforts. Furthermore, they ensure that they stand with families by fostering personal empowerment and resilient human spirit to harness vital social capital. And you could see this under their mission statement on their website. Parents and their children come together in Parents Anonymous groups to learn new skills, transform their attitudes and behaviors, and create long-term positive changes in their life. These weekly groups are led by parents and professionally trained facilitators and are free of charge to participants. It's a lot like Alcoholics Anonymous or Parents Who Drive Bad Anonymous. While the parents are meeting, their children are actually usually engaged in specialized programs to promote healthy growth and development. And it's free of charge as well, and if there's no child care available at the sites that the programs are available. Many state and local Parents Anonymous programs operate a 24-hour telephone helpline as well that provides immediate response to parents seeking help. Furthermore, Parents Anonymous also raises awareness and educates the public on critical issues and community solutions and joins with community, state, and federal policymakers to promote effective services for families across America. Parents Anonymous responds to the diverse needs of families nationwide by providing group meetings in neighborhood family centers, churches, clinics, schools, housing projects, prisons, homeless shelters, and Head Start centers, in addition to many other facilities. In addition, group members discuss parenting concerns in English, Spanish, French, and several Southeast Asian and American Indian languages. So it's very available to different cultures. A Parents Anonymous group can become a valuable resource for any parent, regardless of culture or language, who is having difficulty providing a safe and caring home for their child. This is a brief video of a mother who sought assistance from Parents Anonymous, hoping to break the cycle of abuse in her own family.
Okay, Marisol, thanks. Well, when you hear the stories of parents who've turned against their own children, hurt their own children, the question always comes to mind. What causes it? What could possibly cause a parent to do this? And ABC's Heather Cabot decided to look into this question of raging parents for new causes and new solutions, and she's here with them this morning. Hey, Heather.
Thanks, Diane. It's a dark topic for sure, but child abuse experts tell us those horrific cases, those really extreme cases that make headlines they're rare, and they often involve untreated mental illness. That said, every day an estimated 4 children die of abuse and neglect in this country. Often the violence comes at the hands of average parents struggling with drug or alcohol addiction or a history of abuse or even a genetic predisposition to aggression. But the ultimate trigger seems to be extreme stress, many times brought on by poverty and isolation. That's where Patty Enciso's story begins.
There was times that I would, out of nowhere, I would just come and I would hit her. So, I would actually slap her in the mouth and pull her hair and call her names.
Patty Enciso remembers with horror and shame how as a single unemployed mother, she raged out of control every time her baby cried.
I would snap just like this.
She once threw her crying infant so hard that the baby bounced off a bed and into a wall. That baby, Crystal, is now 19 years old. What was one of the worst times?
One time she had me in the corner. She was just hitting me and beating, stalking me and stuff.
One time I went to love her, to give her some love, to caress her. And this little girl thought that I was going to hit her. And she picked up her hand to protect herself. And when she did that, that's when I said, oh my God, I need help.
That was Patty's wake-up call 10 years ago. She vowed she would never again abuse Crystal. But Crystal will never forget, and that could be a problem.
The best estimate is that 1 in 3 of individuals with a history of abuse will repeat the cycle in the next generation.
And the next generation is here. Crystal is now the mother of a 2-year-old boy, Richie.
No, you don't do that.
And insists she'd never hurt her only child. But there's new research that suggests the risks may be more complex. Yale researcher Dr. Joan Kaufman is using brain imaging technology to study how the brain is actually changed by abuse. New research suggests that when a child is abused, the part of the brain called the amygdala becomes hypersensitive to stress, sending alarms to the prefrontal cortex, which acts like a guard, ready to stop violent impulses. Constant abuse lowers that guard, making it much harder for a person to stay in control.
The little things that might make another person sort of not think twice can really push a person with a history of abuse over the edge.
But scientists are learning that those brain changes can be overcome with therapy, medication, and positive relationships. Patty, now a mother of 4 and a grandmother too, and going through a divorce, is getting support every week with a group called Parents Anonymous.
He has a drug problem.
Good Morning America cameras were allowed rare access to one of Patty's sessions in Pomona, California, where parents share problems and solutions.
Something triggered it for him to go to that raging person. And this time he did it out in public.
People need to really examine those triggers that are their personal triggers, and they need to find a way to step back. Counting to 10 may not be enough. You might need to count to 100. Putting yourself in a safe place. Calling a friend to come over and take over your kids so you can really deal with what's going on with you.
You and Crystal have reconciled.
Yes.
Have you ever told her you were sorry?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I have.
I just started crying and I just told her that it was okay.
Today, mother and daughter are working hard together to ensure the cycle of abuse never resumes.
Whatever life has thrown at us growing up, we don't have to be the ones to continue the same abuse and give it to the next generation, the next generation. And we could stop. We could stop.
Not only has Patty become a role model for Crystal, she's become a leader within Parents Anonymous and has committed herself to inspiring other parents to find the strength to get help.
And
Diane?
you think you're seeing it. If you suspect it in someone else, what do you do?
Well, number one, we should say that child welfare advocates believe that child abuse reports are very much underreported, even though every year there are about 1 million substantiated reports of abuse and neglect. But what you should do is call your local Department of Children and Family Services. If you believe a child is in immediate danger, you should call 911.
Previous studies of Parents Anonymous have shown significant decreases in physical and verbal abuse and increases in self-esteem, social support, and knowledge of child development among group participants. A Child Welfare Services case review actually found that regardless of participation in other programs, those who participated in Parents Anonymous were significantly more likely to have resolved their problems in their families. In addition, several studies have found that the promotion of mutual support, shared leadership, confidentiality, and a non-judgmental environment contributed to coping, relationship, and problem solving in Parents Anonymous parents and families. If you'd like to get more information about Parents Anonymous, they have really cool tools on their website at parentsanonymous.org. It actually has all the programs that they have available to parents, families, children, and leadership positions. I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this presentation. I hope it was informative in some way and serves as a useful tool in determining the services that are available to children and families that we will work with in the future as social workers. All right, thank you guys.